This is a poem written in the middle of my life. In fact, it's called A Short Account at 50. And again, there may be one or two expressions that aren't familiar to Americans. The last post is what's played at the end of the day in the army. I think the Americans call it taps, don't they? So I was born in a town in the north of England. A short account at 50. I was conceived in the black of midnight and ignorance. No more of a true romance for being out of wedlock. I fell to earth in a town, smoke dingy, stinking of wastes. Echoes of great war, last posts reminded me of dead men. A new war broke out. I crouched in a shelter underground. It seemed like the threatened end, but peace came, drizzling and botched. Adulthood tugged at my balls. Now I was a serviceman. Army of occupation, they called us. Boys full of boils. Demobbed and back in England, I slept, ate, worked, went back to bed, labouring for small reward. Could such dullness be demeaned? By degrees, I found my heart was master of prick and pen. I married and had children. I sat at a desk and wrote. Years passed. The blink of an eye turned my wife into ex-wife. I shook the marriage mud off and found myself high and dry in a most unlikely place, Middletown, Connecticut. Here I recall or forget my various histories and dally in middle age with what frightened me in youth, dissipating in good faith a Methodist heritage. Look for me on a bar stool or in some kind woman's bed, talking hard and undismayed by folk who think me a fool, or see me in the evening sedate and gravely amused to find myself once more faced with a poem on the wing. Not that the world has improved as my understanding's cleared, monstrously base, savage bored, it snarls at me to be loved, no less than when I was born many years and miles away, the careless proxy byblow of young men killed on the Somme. The end of the poem is a reference to the fact that most of the young men my mother might have married were killed in the First World War. She was 20 when that began and 24 when it ended. And as I say, most of the young men she might have married were dead. That's why I refer to myself as the careless proxy byblow of young men killed on the Somme, which of course is a literal impossibility, but